streaming. And we'll
have that as a secret part of the episode.
We'll start a little night talk right now. Here we go.
Hey, brother. How the hell are you? You fools. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Definitely.
Brother.
Oh, yes.
It's your family. These computers, I tell you, they just get crazier and crazier.
Guys, we're just gonna have a great time together.
A hot dog party. A hot dog party.
Pass. 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 Pass.
Hey, welcome back to another Night Talk Live. Where's my live? Night Talk Live. I'm your host, Midnight Mike. Coming at you once again. Joined by my brother Clownbaby. He's over there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. He's over there. A lot of people think I wouldn't be back, but I proved them wrong. I'm back in a big way. I said it couldn't be done. Here I am.
Do it again.
Yeah, we're doing it again. Smashing windows and flushing toilets.
It's toilet boys.
And that's what all your Patreon money goes to, and all your donations is to help pay down my tremendous window bill.
Giant sewage bill.
Just a huge. I just come home every day and break windows. That's what I do. Honey, I'm home. I'm going to break some windows and flush the toilet. I got 35 toilets in my house. Each contribution.
Pissed off at work and I come home and I just destroy the toilet.
I'm smashing windows at work. I'm flushing toilets everywhere I go. Letting them know I'm coming. Midnight Mike. Night Flusher.
Night Flusher.
Hey, thanks everyone for joining in to the madness. Being a part of the magic. The show wouldn't happen without you. So thank you for joining into the live chat. Subscribing to the YouTube channel, the RSS feed for the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. If you want the audio only for Night Talk Live, you can subscribe on Patreon, and there's a bunch of other bonus content that's put up there as well. And boy, we just have a lovely show for everyone, don't we, Clownbaby?
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. We certainly do have just a amazing and wonderful show for everyone out there. It's the first night talk in about 2 weeks. Oh, yes.
Sounds about right, yeah.
I'm just punching my way through the darkness, trying to bring some stories to the good people out there. What's happening?
Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. I was getting fucked so hard by my car insurance company.
Oh. Yeah?
I upgraded over the VW, so the new car is on. I put in my new insurance and dropped the VW.
Yeah, and
they wanted to change my insurance like up to it's progressive, and they wanted me to. It would have been like $170 a month for it, and that's not like insane cover. Like I had a DUI when I was 19, and my insurance like went up to like $200 a month.
How many windows did you break with that DUI?
I think 3.
Oh, all right. That's okay.
Yeah, I got a few.
Okay. Well, 170 a month. I mean, that's quite significant.
Yeah. So I get a quote from Geico, and I'm now paying for the same amount of coverage. I'm paying like $58 a month. Progressive would just fisting me.
Yeah, I got Progressive. I get charged about $111 a month. I got something close to a DUI, but I ran from the cops. They couldn't find me. I was hiding out next to the toilet in the restroom at an Arby's. That's what I did.
And they couldn't hear you because you just kept flushing it.
Kept flushing the toilet to hide my presence. It's a classic cloaking technique when running from the cops. But yeah. I mean, look, these insurance companies, they'll get you 10 ways from Sunday, but that's a significant drop. So how much you paying a month for insurance now?
It's like $58 now.
Jeez. For the same coverage?
Yeah, it's I have collision, liability, full, whatever you call it, fire or weather damage, whatever you call that, full coverage or total, or I can't remember.
Awesome.
Comprehensive.
Let's set your car on fire. You're covered.
Yes, it is ready for insurance fraud, that's for sure.
Yes, I like the way you think. Yeah, well, hey, paying $120 less a month, can't go wrong. Geico, they're a great company. They'll let you set your car on fire.
How much do you think? I've been to DC for the last 2 weekends in a row. Mm-hmm. I went I just got back from a friend's wedding, and I went with, I'll just say it, I've had a girlfriend for a little while now, and I kind of went with her the weekend before, yeah.
Whoa.
There's all the questions I can answer about her, though. Yeah. But how much do you think a Manhattan costs in Washington, D.C.?
Well, it's a big city. Manhattan, that's a fancy boy drink. I'm going to say at least $10.
How about like 15?
$15 for a Manhattan?
Depends on where you got it. It was like between $12 and $15.
Oh, my God. Those are New York City prices right there for drinking alcohol.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah. It was... for the room at the Fairmont and like the bar tab I charged in my room, it's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be like $800. Yeah,
dude, stop.
I know.
Stop going out.
I am for a long time.
Stop going out. You ordered drinks in your room at a hotel?
No, this is at the wedding. We were drinking at the bar downstairs.
Oh my God. Still.
Jesus. Oh no, I brought some Captain Morgan with me actually.
Oh my God.
This is at the reception. Or after the reception, actually.
Stop going out. God, since I stopped drinking, my alcohol bill has plummeted. Thank God.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Like I don't really drink when I go out to eat anymore. On special occasions, I'll have a drink, but I really don't. My alcohol bill has plummeted. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to adopt that same policy because it's just getting insanely expensive. Even if you're having 2 drinks when you go out for dinner, it's no joke.
Let's that's enough alcohol talk and beer talk. Oh God, donate to the Patreon in the show, and we're not going to spend it on alcohol.
My hotel bill.
Help Clownbaby pay his hotel bill. Jesus Christ.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, we're going to move on to our first story.
Oh my God.
I could go on and on.
Yeah. Mr. Bill Clinton could go on and on, but we mustn't go on and on anymore about that. We'll go on and on about this first story. Paranormal expert Art Bell speaks from beyond the grave. And a good member of our Slack chat was kind enough to drop this in there, and I'll bring it up on screen post-haste so everyone at home can play along and read. And it's being brought up on the screen right now. Please. Will you please display the article, please? It's running a little slow, so I'll break it open on my backup computer. That's what I have. I have a backup computer to read such stories and play audio. And I will do that right now. Okay, it's up on screen. And this says, Art was original in every sense of the word. He was the first host of a paranormal-themed radio program, Coast to Coast AM. Art was a firm believer in paranormal-related subjects, including, but not limited to, aliens, ghosts, and more. Art Bell died this year, back in April 13th, 2018, when he was 73 years old. Oh, wow. Huff Paranormal. I don't know what Huff Paranormal is. Huff Paranormal published a YouTube video documenting what is believed to be evidence that Art Bell was communicating from beyond the grave. It is both eerie and creepy, yet the voice heard seems to resemble Art Bell. So let's see if I can actually play this. There's a lot of ad blocker things going on. I'll play this on screen, and there's a link in the description to this article if you want to hear this.
It did make me a believer that.
So this is a Larry King thing, to kind of give a little preface to what's going on here.
There are things that we don't know about.
Hi. Let's prove this.
Okay, Art Bell, rest in peace. He speaks from the grave. I'll play this video on screen.
We're looking for Art Bell.
Okay.
So he's Art Bell was they're trying to communicate with this guy. It's hard to talk with people over interdimensional portals and passageways.
What were they using to allegedly contact him?
It looks like a computer device, and like a computer application, a speaker, and I'm assuming some kind of receiver in some way. I'll go ahead and continue to play this, but obviously there's words in the screen describing what's going on, which is a shit video to do. You shouldn't put just words on the screen. Describe the process in which you're communicating to Art Bell. Okay? It's a video. Use sound, not just pictures, you piece of shit.
Art, what do you see on the other side?
Did he say a gun show?
Yeah, is he watching the Avengers?
Hi. Let's prove this. You're talking. You can help me prove.
The time has come.
What do you see, Art?
Yeah, he's saying gun show.
I'm gonna focus.
He says he thinks he sees. He says a sun, and then he says I don't think it. And so I'll continue to play this. This is I don't know what the technology that are exactly. There's some kind of amplified speaker going into a computer to do some kind of interpretation of the sounds it's hearing.
Focus on him. I'm focusing on you, Art.
Okay, Art Bell passed away Friday, April 13, 2018.
Do you train?
Let me say.
There you are, Art. Come on, Art. You can be heard. You can be... Does Ed assist with this?
Process.
Have you met Ed?
Who's Ed? How bizarre. Okay, is there anything in this? Like, if this is Art Bell, he's not really directly answering the questions being asked to this by this guy. He's just speaking in like non sequiturs. So I'll fast forward a little bit here, and maybe Art Bell speaks clearly and responds in a timely and professional way. He says, "And I too large?"
This wonder box in. I'm going to unplug the soul box.
Okay. It says now wonder box.
You hear? Where are you? Calling on Art Bell. He passed away last night. Yes. Today.
Okay. I'll have to scrub through this some more, but there's a couple different ways to contact the dead and to get audio. One of the ways is just to flip through radio frequencies over and over again, and then in between the channels and the static, you're able to possibly hear voices and get some voices and some maybe even legible sentences, but not here. So here's a guy explaining maybe what was going on. He's actually talking about this device. I wish he was doing this up front.
You just saw a short little session I did for Art Bell. I woke up this morning and had maybe 13 emails right off the bat asking if I can connect or try to connect with Art Bell. Art Bell was the original host and founder of Coast to Coast AM. If you're really into the paranormal, you've heard out Art Bell at some point in your life. he spoke about on his radio show.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for doing that, but I wish there was something a little bit more discernible. You know, when Houdini passed away, he supposedly gave like a secret or a code word to his wife in an effort to disprove channeling in some way. And there's a lot of channelers and mediums that claim to be in contact with Houdini, but I don't know if that secret word was ever passed to his wife or to the channeler so they could communicate. And I wish there was something just a little bit more. It did sound like Art Bell's voice, but it was hard to tell if they programmed the voice box to sound like that or if that was actually coming through. I got to figure out more about the device he used. I'm just not familiar with that technology. Oh boy,
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'm into it. In the chat says Huff is one of the spirit box guys. I'm not sure what a spirit box is. Let me see if I can bring it open. Like I'm into the paranormal, but when it comes to contacting the dead or apparitions, I don't know a lot about it. Does anybody know what? I guess we can buy a spirit box on Amazon. Here it is. We can buy it for $70. It's okay. Sounds intriguing. I want to know what program he was running in his computer. What do you think, Clownbaby? What's going on?
It's obviously being powered by the spirit. There's no other explanation.
Look, I'm not against talking to the dead. I think it's completely possible with the way they do that. I believe in the paranormal. I believe in contacting the dead and spirits. But like I said, I don't know if they programmed the thing to sound like Art Bell or if there was some other entity that was sounding like Art Bell and wasn't responding to things directly, or if it was a misinterpretation of the readings they were getting. I don't know enough about the spirit box. I'd like to know more.
I'm sure it's very accurate.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy. I want to believe him. In fact, I'll go on a little bit more. I'm curious about this thing.
It's a celebration of our life here on Earth. And when we pass, we cross over into that spiritual realm. We cross into that light, some of us, and some cross into different areas. Sounds to me like Art already has crossed over possibly, or he is about to, because they mentioned in that first try about them helping him and he had a heart, and it seemed like they knew about Art Bell.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm interested in this guy. I'll have to do a little bit more research on Huff Paranormal and the spirit box. Sounds intriguing to me. I wish the RDO was just a little bit more precise. But who knows? I guess when you're talking through dimensions, it might not come across clearly, I suppose. 614-388-9109. Call in. Do you know anything about? Does anybody know about anything about the spirit box? Are there other examples that you could post up of possibly something using the spirit box or someone using the spirit box in communicating with spirits or ghosts? That's, a statement and like a question's asked and a firm statement is given back in response. I'd like to know. I'm curious about that stuff.
I think you can buy some ghost hunting kits.
Oh, I have no doubt about that, Clownbaby. In fact, I have it up on screen. We can buy a spirit box right now for $70 on Amazon.com.
There's one called the Basic Portal I found for $600.
I think I'll go with the $70 model right now.
Yeah, probably.
What's the Basic Portal do?
That's on Ghost Hunters Equipment by Ghost Augustine. GhostHuntersEquipment.com. Let's look at the Basic Portal here.
Yeah, $700.
It's built to order. Usually takes 2 weeks to build.
Okay, well, good.
Portal is an amplifier and enhancer to use with a spirit box. Oh, so this is like, add on to it. It amplifies a radio signal for better volume, reduces noise created between radio signals and while sweeping, and enhances the final signal with a reverb effect. Just plug your device into a unit with the included cable. The Basic Portal just has just the basic components in order to be
Why would they want to add reverb? That makes no sense. Like I wouldn't want to add reverb. Like you shouldn't add reverb to stuff to make it sound spooky. I'm talking through reverb right now. You don't want to add reverb to stuff because it makes it harder to understand what the person's saying. It's an effect typically used on vocals for music, and sometimes shit talk radio hosts like Rush Limbaugh. He'll use reverb like this. Sometimes like this. It's a little bit more distant. But yeah, I don't know why they would add reverb as a feature to talk to the other side. It just makes things unintelligible a little bit more. So, okay. All right, we'll move on to the next story. Because I'm just pontificating about what this thing can and can't do, and I don't know enough about it.
I could go on and on.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I should have done more research on that one.
You're right.
Yeah. I should have. Sorry, guys.
That's for damn sure.
All right. I got another story here for everyone. This is military report. UFOs may have attempted to rendezvous with giant undersea object beneath the water, beneath the ocean. And this comes from the Huffington Post. Oh, my God. And they're playing music. They're playing a video and music with text on it. Oh, my God. We just love that, don't we? New details are emerging about a UFO sighting recorded by the U.S. military in the waters off the coast of California 14 years ago. And the 2004 incident involving the Tic Tac UFO, named because it was a fast-moving white object that resembled one of the mints, was first revealed late last year by the New York Times and the Washington Post. KLAS, the CBS affiliate in Las Vegas, obtained a copy of the report prepared by and for the military in 2009 that details multiple interactions with anomalous aerial vehicles over 2 weeks in late 2004. The report also discussed the high-speed and advanced cloaking capabilities that allowed the AAVs to evade observation and detection. The AAVs would descend very rapidly, approximately 60,000 feet down to approximately 50 feet in a matter of seconds, the report noted. Pilots indicated there may have been something in the water as well. One pilot detailed a disturbance up to the size of a football field. And it says, the disturbance appeared to be 50 to 100 meters in diameter and close to round. It was the only area and type of whitewater activity that could be seen, and reminded him of images of something rapidly submerging from the surface like a submarine or a ship sinking. The disturbed area also resembled shoal water. I'm not sure what that is. SHOAL water around a barely submerged reef or island. I guess maybe it's a very white water, I'm guessing. But as the pilot flew away, he could see that the disturbance had cleared and seas calmed. Although he never made visual contact with whatever caused the disturbance, the report stated that it may have been caused by an AAV. That's what they're calling the UFOs, which was unseen due to cloaking or invisible to the human eye. Well, this is all fascinating that the military prepared a report about aerial phenomenon that can cloak itself, descend thousands of feet in seconds, and then possibly make contact with another vehicle under the ocean, under the sea. And they're just talking about it kind of nonchalantly. And the Huffington Post is reporting on this. And it goes, the last couple sentences here is like, my personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone, he told CNN last December. That was Luis Elzado, the former military intelligence officer who led the program, indicated that there was much more information the public has not seen yet. Other possible explanations include advanced capabilities by U.S. military or foreign governments that have not been made public. What do you think, Clownbaby? What do you think about these reports?
Well, we've seen lots of You've covered tons of, underwater. What do you call them? USOs.
USOs,
in the
I
past.
guess. Yeah.
I mean, what 75% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. So I mean, it would be a decent place to look.
It would make sense that if there was some sort of advanced civilization that's not ours, that they would want a base under the water. It would be very hard to get access to. It'd be relatively unseen and undisturbed by us humans, besides submarines and whatnot. So I think that's plausible. The thing, like they kind of make a caveat down here. It's like, oh, it could be aliens, but it also could be advanced technology from the United States government and or another country. Sorry, I'm a little stuffy right now. And
it could be Bleep Bloop or it could be Ivan. Who knows?
But so let's hypothetically. So if it is another country, that's some super serious technology. And do you think that they would issue a report suggesting that a foreign intelligence or just another country has this super secret and awesome technology that can go at incredible speeds and also has visual cloaking capability, like a Klingon bird of prey?
Exactly.
That's a big subject to admit to. Say, oh, by the way, Russia or China, they have cloaking ships that can go ungodly speeds, and quite frankly, we'd have no way to defend against it. Would they admit that? Why would they even admit that if they knew if it was an alien civilization? So that would only lead me to believe that they would only kind of want to admit it if it was ours. And I think I don't even know why they're begrudgingly admitting this or even talking about it. So what's the real play here? Is this some sort of soft disclosure? At this point, they're saying, I mean, the Huffington Post is reporting on this. This took place back in 2004, so it's probably still going on. They haven't identified it. This has got to be some kind of soft disclosure, acknowledging that there is really interesting technology out there that is not ours. And if it is, well, that technology is in hands of some organization that is not connected to the Pentagon, at least not in any official way, which means that there's no accountability, that the United States Air Force or the Navy can't make contact with these things to find out who owns them, which in and of itself is a security concern if it is ours. It means they could have rogue pilots. It could be a rogue civilization. It could be a rogue group within the government that can do it as they please.
Our government probably knows who they are, and if they're ours or somebody else's, and they're just probably not going to know.
I would assume that as well. I would assume that the government at this point knows if they are one of ours or if they're not. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. But when you have articles like this come out from the Huffington Post, it gets out there in the public, gets out there in the mainstream, and people start talking about this. It starts to confirm that the UFO phenomenon is just a little bit more real than what it was before this article was pushed out. Now, this gets in these kind of articles when they're published by something, and you can say what you want about the Huffington Post, but they're reputable in the way that they're mainstream. A lot of people go to them for their news, and they're often cited as a source of news. So when this gets into public consciousness, it starts to confirm a reality one way or another. And I think when people start believing in that reality and using articles like this as a basis for reality, it reinforces it and also pushes it into reality. Meaning, the more people I believe this. I don't know if you believe this, Clownbaby, but I think that the mind, our minds, especially yours and mine, especially ours, the more we believe in something and the more we think about it, the more likely it will come to be, especially when you tie an emotion to it. This might scare some people. An article like this might scare some people, especially maybe some hardcore Christian conservatives who don't want to ponder whether or not we're being visited by extraterrestrials. But then they come across an article like this, and it's like, oh my God, we're being visited by E.T. Bleep Boop's coming down here, and they're flying in the oceans doing God knows what underneath the water. That might provoke some fear. And they're attaching this new reality because of this article, and they're assigning the emotion fear to it, solidifying it, in our consciousness and in our reality. I think that's what happens now. I think our reality is very complex, and emotions tied to these thoughts make it so. They make it reality. It's a large concept. Did you understand what I was saying?
I don't know.
Okay.
Brother.
Okay. Well,
nope.
That kind of ties into some, cosmic or collective consciousness, where if everyone starts believing something, maybe it will start to exist.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No way.
Oh yes. Okay. Maybe it's.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Okay. Well.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh boy. Oh,
no way.
Nice and fat.
Okay. We're gonna.
Wow, you're pretty quick for a big guy.
All right.
8 inches.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's not what I want.
Definitely.
Oh jeez.
I guess I blew that one.
Oh boy.
Worship it.
Okay.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
I hate to
Do
intrude.
it again.
Okay.
What?
Okay, we're gonna move on. I went over the top there. I did.
You blow it!
Sorry about that. 614-388-9109. I do believe that the human consciousness does create some of these realities. It does, and I think the more willing one is to have paranormal experiences, the more likely you are that you're going to have one. Let's go to this caller right here. Hey Bill, you're on the air. What says you?
Not much. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey brother,
what's going on?
Yeah, man. Remember last weekend when I called in last time?
I vaguely remember it. I may have blocked it out.
And that British girl called right after me?
Yeah. The one that was threatening to sue me. That's great.
No, the other one.
Oh, yeah, the other one. Yes. It was hard to hear.
Charles Fitzy girl?
Yeah, it was hard to hear. But yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Man, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go out there and tell you, but like, man, your show, it's how you're in an info war.
It does feel like sometimes I'm in an info war.
Your show is smack dab in the middle of it, man.
It certainly feels that way sometimes.
That girl she's MI6.
She's MI6?
Yeah, really? And she's like an agent who's supposed to like monitor your show and listen to it. It's kind of like the elite know that you guys like you are the future of the internet and news and that kind of thing. And what they're doing is they're monitoring, the show and that kind of thing.
So you're saying that the girl called in, who is part of some sort of a British intelligence agency and was assigned to listen to our shit show for whatever reason, like maybe just to keep tracks on us, right?
Yes, that's Charles Fitzy girl.
Yeah,
the one that called in just to talk about me.
Yeah,
she's MI6 and she knows that I'm running an operation, and she knows that I'm doing the same where I'm like listening to you guys and that kind of thing. And she knows that I'm running operations, and that's why we used the British girl to call in to say to the MI6 people, hey, you Yorkie bitch, we know you're like listening to the show, and we know you're putting a girl in to like get people that listen to the show to like get like her and that kind of thing. And that's why they're using a woman and got a girl with like big jugs to like make guys like Mr. L like her, so that she gets embedded into the show more, that kind of thing. So she was calling in my bluff to like say, hey, we know that you guys are running an operation, and so this is what's happening. So that's why she called right in after I called and just only talked about me. Yes. That kind of thing. I'm just kind of putting it out there and kind of warning you, kind of thing.
Well, thank you for the warning. You're running deep cover operations. And now we're finding out about this woman is trying to run deep operations. It's getting to be all too much. I'll be honest with you.
I know. It's really kind of. I'm just sorry. I'm kind of dragging you further into the rabbit hole, but she kind of. Played her hand kind of thing, so now it's kind of clean, that kind of thing.
Well, I'll definitely keep an eye on her, and I'll say, hey, you spy, I'm warning you, don't do anything crazy. We're good people around here, and don't spy on us, please.
Yeah, she's trying to embed herself deeper into you guys. So, just watch out and don't trust big, awesome tits. And I'm looking at Clownbaby. I think I think he likes big jugs, and I think he's, watch him, because he's a guy that might slip up.
Definitely.
And, lips sink ships.
Yeah. Well, I think we're good here, Bill. I appreciate your concern, but we're rock solid over here. We got the ship locked down. No one's coming on board without prior approval, and there's no way the madness will not be contained. So don't worry. We got it locked down over here. I appreciate the heads up, though.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right.
Just, trying to keep you guys on the level and keep it so you can keep talking about the cool alien stuff.
Yeah. Well, hey, we like to goof around and have fun. Thanks, Bill.
You're right. You love it.
Yep.
Right. Later.
Bye.
Yep.
Come on, that's rude. Come on.
Your mouth eats my cock.
All right. Yeah.
Well, what are the chances this woman immediately calls in?
It's the phone lines are not open right now. I need to cleanse the palate after that. I don't know what's going on sometimes. The show is just
someone in the
it's goofball.
The chat room a couple weeks ago when that happened had a good point. We can't watch this live stream. How did two people that listen to this show meet each other in public on accident? It's not possible.
Yeah, I don't know. You broke up right there with your statement, Jeff. But yeah,
there was nothing of any importance.
Yeah, how did two people who listen to this small show meet in public? I don't. It's insane. The show is absolutely small. In fact, I think too many people listen to it already. It's out of control. I'm gonna start banning people from listening. We need to go
get this downloads back below 300.
Yeah, the show is getting too big. In fact, we're going to start doing less shows, and I'm going to only do invite onlys. We're getting too popular, and we don't need MI6 listening to this. I don't want anybody listening to this anymore. We're getting too big.
Make the channel private.
Yes. It's just getting too goofy around here. I don't know what's going on. All right, we're going to move on, Clownbaby. For God's sakes, please.
The shampoo.
Yeah, shampoo. That's what's happening. I guess I'll break open this last story that I have here. Actually, yeah. I'll give you. I'll let you call the audible here, Jeff. Do you want to hear about the Loch Ness monster footage, or do you want to talk about the Bob Lazar new Area 51 documentary? Because
let's go with Loch Ness monster.
A little Loch Ness action coming at you. Okay. Got a little Loch Ness monster coming at you. Got some footage that everyone can enjoy. And I'll bring it up on screen here, and maybe I'll even be able to play a little bit for you. See, when did this come out? Oh, July or June 1st, 2018. Okay. I'll just go ahead and play. The person says, it was not a boat. It was not a log. I would just say it was Nessie. So I'll bring this up on screen. This is, and we'll all watch this together. And the link is in the description. Oh, how blurry it is.
Excellent.
Why is it so, and this is at 1080p. And they must have it zoomed in. Listen, I believe creatures like this could exist. I just would like better non-blurry footage of it.
Oh, this is excellent footage.
It could, like, I'll read a description. So, because the footage is really not helping here at all.
Okay, is that someone? It could be someone's. It could be a duck, because I can't see really anything. I see a wake in the water. It could be someone's dog. It could be nothing.
It's really tough to tell. It says, I believe in Nessie, but not a plesiosaur, but as something that has evolved in Loch Ness over thousands of years. Gary Campbell, keeper of the official register of sightings at Loch Ness, was particularly impressed by the sheer length of the footage, given that most Nessie videos last for only a few seconds. As far as Nessie footage goes, this is a feature film, he said. Normally, you only get videos of 1 or 2 seconds. It's remarkable in its length, and again shows an increasing in the increased sightings of Nessie from the internet. Clearly, it's something that dives in and out of the surface with water splashes and reflections. It is unexplained. The object would be no larger than 20 feet. Okay, there's something clearly in the water there. There's no doubt about that. I have it up on screen. But it's not unless there's some secret hidden footage somewhere that's a little bit more clear. Why is this so blurry? I mean, can you do a quick YouTube search for Loch Ness footage in 2018? Like, this is must have been pulled from the Daily Mail, and they must have maybe got a shitty copy of it. Maybe
I'm still looking for. I'm looking for Loch Ness Monster 2018. Here we go.
I'm looking for something here on screen, and I'm not seeing it.
This video is just as shitty.
It's just as blurry. Okay.
Was this on a webcam or something?
I don't know. It's just so disappointing. Why can't we just get a video that is not a trail cam, not someone's Nokia 240p? I really would like something just a little bit better. We should have that at this point. And over again, we are disappointed.
Disappointed!
Yeah. Okay. 614-388-9109. And I will break open the final story. I thought that was actually going to be better footage. This only underscores this whole entire show underscores my lack of preparation for this very show, Night Talk Live. I got the stories. I should have done a little bit more research,
Yeah.
I really screwed up this time, Clownbaby. I blew it.
You blew
Well, we should
it.
probably shut down the show then. Permanently. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Teddy, you are on the air.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we're going to shut this thing down. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you're speaking up too much truth there, guys.
Yeah.
We got to shut it down. Sorry.
What's going on, Teddy? What's on your mind tonight?
Nothing much. I saw you got Bob Lazar on the screen. That's a pretty interesting subject always.
Bob is going to be in a new documentary, or someone's doing a documentary about him, and I'll play that trailer here in the next few minutes. I've always found him to be a fascinating person. I thought his story is relatively unbelievable to me, and not in the sense that I don't believe what he's saying. It's just here's a guy, former scientist, that claimed to work not only at Area 51, but Los Alamos Labs. He had his whole entire history erased, his education erased, but yet he was allowed to live. I believe his story. I believe Bob Lazar and what he saw and what he believes, and I think he's a fascinating guy.
Well, the most oddest fact about him was the company he started afterwards came up with a substance called aerogel. And aerogel has great applications in heat resistance, so they use it in space products. And it's expensive as fuck. You've ever looked into that?
No, I haven't.
It's strange. I guess it's the way they line up the molecules in the gel. It's like a hard substance, but it's real resistant to heat and has great applications for space. So if he is lying about all the alien shit, he's still a genius, or kind of went into the whole route of the field that he claims to be in. So I tend to believe him more than I don't too.
Yeah, even hypothetically, even if he is a liar, he lied about his Area 51 experience for publicity. He's still a really smart guy who's able to start his own business and knows about physics and engineering. But I mean, why would he? I guess we can speculate why would he lie about something? Why would anybody lie about an experience like that? But it didn't seem really beneficial to him, considering that came out in the early '90s. George Knapp of Coast to Coast fame broke that story in Las Vegas area. So, and it put a lot of media attention on him. He was a household name for a while. He was on CNN. Larry King did interviews. It was part of the whole big UFO craze of the '90s, and I don't know if it
did he really
benefited his life.
capitalize like all the other people in the '90s did? I don't remember. I remember him being a big name, but I don't remember him taking too many book offers or even specials. I remember there being specials about him, but I don't even remember if he financially benefited from all that.
No, I don't think that he did. I didn't see any Bob Lazar T-shirts, his name's Lazar, so you go, hey, buy a Lazar gun or something like that, or there was no. He didn't create any merchandising, and if he did, it wasn't that successful. So he didn't come across as some kind of huckster just trying to sell some T-shirts or the Bob Lazar Nike Jordans or something like that, like Bob Lazar Nike shoes or whatever. No, he was just a regular dude, as far as I can tell, that happened to work at Area 51.
Who was that other guy? Was it Phil Snyder with the Reptilian War at Dulce Base?
Yeah, Schneider. I've been looking into him as of late about his experience and listening to him speak about the underground alien bases near Dulce, and boy, that's a whole big different subject. So
yeah, but I think those two for me, like Lazar and Snyder, was it yeah, they just seem to be more on the. It's kind of hard to say credible, but more on the all right, if weird shit's going weird, I could kind of see their stories making sense in a weird way.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to indulge people, and I guess better or worse, I try to take people at their word about what they experience and what they seem to have been a part of. So, you got anything else for me, Teddy?
Well, that whole MI6 thing with Cheryl's in the chat, I've actually interacted with her on the chat before. I don't know if the MI6 thing's real, but I'll tell you this: is Clownbaby still there?
He is here.
Oh yes.
She wants your D, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh, I remember interacting with her chat. She is obsessed with you, bro.
That's unfortunate.
Well, she says that you love her. You just don't know it yet. That's my last conversation with her.
That sounds like something a psychopath would say. I love you.
I just want to throw that Mob Top cocktail, and I'll be on my merry way. Blow me up, dog.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Peace.
There he goes.
8 inches.
Okay, thank you for your call.
All right. I'll open the phone line. Someone tried to call in at the same time as Teddy, but it was an unknown number, and Teddy Spaghetti takes precedence over an unknown number. That's for damn sure.
It's probably MI6.
Probably
or MIT.
MI6.
Strokey Bill said MIT for a second.
He said MIT?
I think he kind of let that slip and he recreated.
The Massachusetts Institute of Technology is listening to us. Well, that's nice.
They're onto us.
They're onto us.
Cyber police.
Yeah. Caller, you're on the air for some reason.
You know why there isn't any Loch Ness monster footage?
What's that?
My great-great-grandfather actually was the guy in the photo. Like, the neck is just his dick, and like that little hump is just a giant stomach. He was just floating in the loch. He's just like, hey, he's just sitting there lying. He's like, just big old dick. Guy's driving along. He's like, oh my God, it's a monster. It's just his dick.
So you're saying that the Loch Ness monster, the famous photograph, is actually the Loch Ness penis? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my Gramps to call him the Loch Ness monster.
he went away. The caller's not there.
So
maybe my internet's bad. You remember yesterday, Jeff, when we were trying to play PUBG, my internet was going up and down.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, maybe my internet is bullshit. It's very possible. I got to do something. Something's going on. Something's going on. I'm gonna do some digging to see if I'm being throttled. And I'm going to find out. So, caller, I'm sorry if you were talking. I could not hear you. I didn't want to hang up on you. I wanted you to respond to the Loch Ness penis allegations. That's for damn sure. I have a feeling he was goofing around.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to the Bob Lazar thing, and we'll play that for everyone. Talk about the new Bob Lazar documentary, and I'll play it on YouTube so everyone can follow along at home. We're gonna hear it, and I'm always open to some new documentaries, especially about UFOs. And I'll pop it up. We'll play the audio over here so Clownbaby can listen along. All right. Here we go. 1 second, Clownbaby. I'm sorry. I should have had this more prepared. I'm sorry. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Nothing good comes from the UFO field for him. This is a reluctant UFO messiah. They changed his life.
This week we've heard the contention of UFO researchers that there's a secret government within our government.
Well, there's several, actually 9 flying saucers, flying discs that are out there of extraterrestrial origin.
The live interview with the shadowy Dennis drew international attention. Portions were broadcast by radio in 6 European countries and in a nationally televised TV special in Japan. Despite numerous inquiries and feelers, Dennis has remained anonymous until now. His real name is Robert Lazar. He says he was hired to work at an area called S4, which is a few miles south of Groom Lake. At S4, he says, are flying saucers, antimatter reactors, and other working examples of technology that is seemingly beyond human capabilities.
I did not believe that this should be a security matter. Some of it, sure. But just the concept that there's definite proof. We even have articles from another world, another system. You just can't not tell everyone.
Here we go. It's another minute and a half of this little official sneak peek. Area 51's Edward Snowden UFO documentary. Bob Lazar.
What's going to be in it? Like, how much is this going to cost? Like $20?
I don't know. So it's got some. I'll fast forward a little bit. They're going out there and talking to Lazar now, and
they have never released information. It's kind of difficult once you release the technology to be analyzed and give it to everyone. They can just run with it. You really can't keep the weapon potential hidden. You really can't. Look, with ET technology, you can literally rule the world.
Well,
the driving music behind it is not necessary. It's cool music.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
But it's pretty. They got to remix that a little bit. It's loud music, and I like that kind of music. But come on, focus on the content, which is Lazar talking about what kind of technologies there are, his announcement. So there's no release date on this. This is just a sneak peek, and
probably has the same release date as the OBDM DVD.
Exactly, that'll be out any year now. Any year. Yeah,
I think it's been in production for like 7 to 8 years.
Perhaps even longer than that. 614-389-1009. We'll take one more phone call before we get the hey out of here.
I do have a story we can cover real quick.
Okay.
Apparently, a swimmer dies after a shark rips off his penis despite horrified sunbathers' frantic battle to save his life on a Brazilian beach.
Oh my God, that is horrific. So
this guy, Jose Ernesto da Silva, was attacked yesterday afternoon while bathing in the waters off of Piedade Beach and the Brazil's northeast coast near Recife. Not even sure if that's pronounced right. Apparently, the shark struck just as a lifeguard stationed on the beach had told the 18-year-old to come closer to shore, according to reports. A shocking video is taken by a passerby shows the moment other helicopters pulled Jose from the sea before emergency crews arrived. In the footage, locals try to stem the blood by tying garments around the wound, while others can be heard clearly telling the teacher to breathe.
My God, what a horrific way to go. He had his penis bitten off by a shark.
And he bled to death.
Oh, my God.
willing to bet that they probably caught like a femoral artery or something too.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what kind of shark it is. I mean, just being bitten down there, everything's so sensitive. It'd probably be hard to. How do you really, like, make a tourniquet around that? You don't. You just die. You bleed out.
Apparently, they even got him to the hospital and they got him more blood. Apparently, he got a hypovolemic shock and he did not resist. I have no idea what hypovolemic shock
I'm not going
is.
in the water anymore. I'm not even taking baths. That's just horrific.
Yeah, it'd be awful.
I'm not showering ever again. I'm not showering. I'm not doing anything. Caller, go ahead.
There's craziness going on in the control room.
Yeah, there's craziness going on here. What's going on in your world?
Hey guys, well, a couple things that I wanted to say. First off, the spirit box thing.
Yeah.
So I actually watched this popular YouTube channel one time that made a video about this, and I think that you pretty much had it right with the whole radio flipping station. So basically, what it does, they're called spirit boxes or like a hack-a-shack. They call them hack-a-shack and stuff like that. But anyway, it basically just filters through radio frequencies and just for like a small 3-second window or something like that, right? So that's what the spirit box thing is, which is kind of what you were alluding to in the beginning.
I wasn't sure if they have a different type of technology now, but yeah, that's the only one I know, and I only know that from TV shows. So okay.
Did you guys hear about the I don't know, I missed the show too, but did you guys talk about the flights out of Malaysia one last time? I guess they ended the search for the 370 plane.
So yeah, we talked about it about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, but I have an additional article about that coming out on the show this coming week, where it goes into a whole different angle about the wreckage and technology and something else going on there.
So did y'all look at the Flight 17 though?
That was Flight 370, Malaysian 370, I believe.
Yeah, so I didn't really hear about this, and I just happened to randomly catch an article while I was looking for the Flight 370 one. But there was also a Flight 17 that went down the same year.
Okay.
Did you hear about that?
No, I haven't.
It was at, if you type in, I think it was MH17, right? Maybe. But maybe if you Google it, but it was a flight that was also a Malaysian flight. It had about almost 300 people on it total, 293 with crew, I think.
Yeah.
And it was actually shot down by the Russian government over the Ukraine, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
The report came out that they basically admitted that it was a false flag attack.
Yeah, we talked about that when it came out. Clownbaby and I and Joe, we talked about it at length for several shows. It looked like it could have been part of a Ukrainian task force to make it look like the Russians, or that it was maybe a splinter group that had Russian technology that shot it down. And there's a new report that came out that says it definitely was Russia that shot it down. But what are you to believe with this? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I think that it's crazy that people call us conspiracy theorists, but then they'll just admit something like that right in front of our face. Like, no, this was a false flag attack that was conspired by the Russian government to do this. And it's like, people open your eyes and see that this is happening all around us. Why would you not think that? You know what I mean? I just didn't know if you guys had covered that whenever that final report. I mean, I know that there was a lot of speculation, but there's not a lot that we get a final answer to, you know, and whenever they finally say, like, no, this is exactly what happened, you know?
Yeah. Well, every country has its own history and their interpretation about what happens, but the reality is 300 people died, and no one is really being held responsible for this. It did happen over, I believe, Ukrainian airspace, so that's something, and the Ukrainian government is in turmoil. I don't know how stable it is. It at least appears to be more stable now than what it was a few years ago. Are you crashing? Are you okay?
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
what's going on?
Okay.
Yeah, cool, guys. Well, I like I said, I missed the show, so I want to make sure y'all did that. And I know that you were wondering about the spirit box thing.
Yeah.
I've actually done it before, and it's kind of creepy, man. I don't know if I can do that. But,
Yeah, I don't
the
know
whole
how.
spirit box thing.
I don't know how into I am using the spirit box. I'm just diving into some divination right now using pendulums, and that's enough for me right now. Spirit boxes, I don't know yet. I'm not a ghost investigator, but I am interested in spirituality and some of the other more metaphysical stuff. And but spirit boxes, not for me right now. That's for sure.
All right, last thing. Actually, two more things, if you don't mind.
Okay, two more things. We got to get out of here. What's that? Go ahead.
Ted Nugent's going to be on Rogan this week, I believe.
Ted Nugent, Uncle Ted.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, he's going to be on Rogan.
Pretty
Okay.
wild interview.
Yeah, I don't foresee them getting along too well, but okay.
Yeah. Also, I left my windows down in my car last night and it rained, and now my ass is soaking wet.
Nice.
Okay.
Excellent.
Nice.
You guys have a good night. Thank you for the show.
Hey, thanks. Bye.
Definitely.
It sucks leaving your windows down. That's for damn sure.
It's probably not as bad as getting your dick bitten off by a shark and bleeding to death.
That is true, Clownbaby. Want to thank everyone for listening live, calling in, just absolutely being tremendous people, being a part of the magic. Yes. Being a part of the magic. Skidding to a halt. There's my magic button. That's what I wanted. There we go. And we'll be back on Wednesday for some more conspiracy news and some odd news stories, some paranormal stories, I'm sure. All that stuff.
Hey, there's 28 people watching right now.
28 people? Tell them to go to hell.
I'll try and research that one thing we were talking about for a conspiracy for Wednesday.
That'd be a good one, yeah. I got some stuff cooking too. Big time. Let everyone know that we're cooking over here on OBDM podcasting. We're cooking news, baby.
Yeah, I got a nice big piece of news.
Yeah, juicy piece of slow roasted news.
Let's continue.
Big giant monster news.
Yes. Got some news baking
like
in
laying
the
on your
oven.
back in Loch Ness and people thinking your news is a monster.
Yes, I'm preheating the news oven. Gonna pile my news in there. Make sure it's nice and toasty and crisp before I pull it out on Wednesday for some freshly baked news. Make sure it's not too hot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you want to make sure your news is too hot. It'll burn you.
And on Wednesday, we're going to be doing something very special.
Starting tonight, we're having a little sales contest.
Yes, we're going to be having a sales contest on Wednesday to see who can sell the news.
To play us out.
Yes. We're also going to have a contest to see who can play us out.
So, sales contest
In a play us out contest.
Battle of the Bands.
A play us out contest. That's all right. All right. Hootaloo to everyone out there.
Hootaloo.
Jingle bingle. All that stuff. All right. Jingle bingle.
Oh, I guess Shablagoo.
Shablagoo.
I'm a man.